Okay, we are starting a brand new sugya on the daf Ayin Beis Amud Aleph in Masech Sanhedrin. Sugya is titled Haba b'machteres, and the sugya deals with all the different halachas of self-defense. Okay, now that we saw the psukim in Parshas Mishpatim, let's delve a little bit deeper into what exactly is haba b'machteres. The case of haba b'machteres can be found in the middle of daf Ayin Beis Amud Aleph. It's a short Mishnah, so we're going to do the Mishnah together, and then we're going to see some of the Rashis that correspond to this Mishnah. Says the Mishnah, Haba b'machteres nidon al shem sofo. So anybody that tunnels their way into somebody else's house with the intention of robbing, stealing, breaking in, nidon al shem sofa. We've had this term before. Nidon al shem sofa. Hopefully this is familiar. Nidon al shem sofa obviously means that he's judged based on what is going to happen. What does that mean? For all intents and purposes, when a person breaks in and tunnels into their house from a very roundabout way, in a very secretive type of way, in the middle of the night, this person obviously is prepared to kill anyone that stands in the way of what he wants to do. So if this person is going to steal money and somebody gets in his way, he is obviously prepared to react with deadly force. So since this person is coming into the house with the intention to kill, somebody that confronts that person, the Baal Habayis, the owner of the house, is allowed to proactively go and kill that person first, even though at this point he has not actually killed anyone. Continues the Mishnah, Bab machteres v'shavar esachavis im yesh lo damim chayav im ein lo damim pater. So the Mishnah goes into a detail regarding this Maisa of haba b'machteres. So if based on the idea that once a person is chayav misa, right, he did something that now he has to be put to death, and in the same process, in the same action, he caused financial damage and he has to pay also. So the halacha states that when a person is chayav misa and at the same time he's also chayav mamon, he has to pay financial. He has to pay money for financial damage that he caused. Right, we let him off the hook for the financial damage because he's going to be killed anyway. So says the Mishnah, Im baba machteres v'shavar esachavis. So this guy tunneled into somebody's house, and in the process, while he was breaking in, he also broke the guy's flower pot. So, question is, does the thief, the robber, if he's found to be guilty, right? If he's found to be guilty, does he have to pay for the flower pot also? Okay. Meaning, if he's chayav misa, right, technically he shouldn't have to pay for this flower pot. So, im yesh lo damim chayav, im ein lo damim pater. If there would be blood on the hands of the homeowner, meaning if the homeowner would kill this robber and would be held responsible for killing this robber. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second, why he would be responsible for killing the robber. Then the robber, if he broke a vase, would have to pay for it. But if the homeowner had every right to kill the robber, im ein lo damin, and there would be no blood on his hands, meaning his hands would be completely clean from any murder charges, because he acted completely in self-defense, and the homeowner would be completely innocent from any type of charges brought against him. And then in the process, the robber broke a vase. Okay, then the robber would be pater. Okay, he wouldn't have to pay for that vase because he's chayav misa. So again, if the homeowner is responsible and he was not allowed to kill, he was in a situation where he was forbidden to kill the robber, and the robber broke a vase, and the robber has to pay for that vase. But if the homeowner was in a scenario where he was permitted to kill, okay, and the robber broke the vase, then the robber is pater and does not have to pay those financial damages. Okay, so the obvious question is, what exactly is a case where the homeowner would not be allowed to kill the robber that broke into his house. Okay, how would you ever have a case of that? So number one, Nido and Al Shem Sofo, says Rashi, he's killed based on what he's going to do. The holo kotol umakdil mishum the sofa laharug balabayis. Right? He didn't kill anybody yet, the robber, but he will. He has intention to. Kishiyamod kinegdo, when the balabayis, the homeowner, stands in front of him to protect lehatzil mamono, to protect his property, the thief has in mind to kill him. Okay, fine. So yeshlo damim chayav. If the homeowner would be responsible to and would not be allowed to kill this robber, then the robber would have to pay for any financial damages. What's the case? Im eno royu lihareg kigon av al habein. Okay, if the scenario that we're talking about is a case where a father is breaking into his son's house. Okay, if that's the case, the time will come, the ein habein rashai lehareg es ha'aviv. The son, if he notices that it's his father, he's not allowed to kill his father. Haba of machteres, that's tunneling into his house. Why? Mishum derachme av al habein. Right? Because the father is going to have mercy. The father would never had intention to kill the son. V'lo bolas gein nefashos. He never wanted to take his son's life. Right? And if the son stood in front of the father to save his money, the father never had in mind to kill the son. So therefore the son is never allowed to kill the father. There has to be clear intent of the robber to kill in order for the son to go ahead and kill first. And continues Rashi, Ein lo damim, if he is allowed, meaning he would be innocent for killing the robber. What's that case? Kigon shar kol adam, any other case, right? Any other person that breaks into your house. Shenisein rishus lebal habayis lahargo pater milashalim v'chiyav misa v'chiyav tashlumin bayin ke'echad. Okay, any other case where someone else, even if it's a friend, right, an acquaintance, breaks into your house, right, the homeowner could reasonably assume that the guy is trying to kill him, and therefore he can go ahead and kill him first, and he would be completely off the hook with no crime brought against him. Okay, so we have the difference between a father. Okay, we have a case of a father breaking into his son's house, and versus a case of anyone else breaking into your house. By a father, since we could assume that he's not doing it in order to kill, the son can't kill. But by anyone else, the son is allowed to kill because the person could reasonably assume that person would have in mind to kill him first.